It is without doubt that the bombing of Pearl Harbor was one of the major turning points of World War II. Japan's devastating attack was a stunning surprise assault that resulted in the loss of 2 US Navy battleships and the deaths of over 2,000 people, both military and civilian. The attack led to the USA declaring war on Japan in an all-new Pacific theatre that eventually led to the destruction of the Axis powers. But what if Japan had never actually bombed Pearl Harbor? Rather than focusing on an empire in the southeast of Asia and therefore coming into conflict with the USA, Japan decides to concentrate its war effort on its mainland neighbour, China. However, the nation's military leaders soon realise this can't happen as Japan needs more resources and is already fast running out. To achieve this, the country reluctantly makes peace with their old foe, China, to allow trade with the USA, who currently have a ban on trading with Japan. This results in a peace treaty between the two nations, and Japan turns its back on Hitler, Mussolini and the Axis and embraces a non-militaristic future. So, in its alternative timeline, would the USA have even joined the war? We think yes, as Roosevelt saw the Nazis as pure evil and would have justified involvement in the war to the sceptical American public. However, it is likely that the USA's involvement in Asia would have been significantly less, so that potentially means no North and South Korea as we know it today, no Vietnam War and no Pol Pot in Cambodia. An alliance with Japan enrages the Chinese people, especially with the Nanjing massacre still in recent memory. But what it does do is strengthen Chiang Kai-shek's nationalist government to such an extent that we never see the rise of Mao and communist China, and Japan ceases to be an Axis power and instead becomes a rich and powerful state after the war's end. So does this mean no atomic bomb? Well, not necessarily. Despite Japan retreating from war, Stalin still wants a bit of the action himself and decides to invade both Taiwan and Korea in 1944. The USA, now with an itchy trigger finger, decides the best way to minimise its own losses would be to nuke Moscow. The devastation is much like what really happened at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and Moscow surrenders all of its territories. The Cold War is ended before it begins in one brutal swoop. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, what would have happened to the world's film industry? With no bombs dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, maybe we would have seen Western cinema take up Comrade Godzilla as its new pin-up. Actually, okay, maybe not. There you have it. That is what could have happened if Japan didn't attack Pearl Harbor. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, if you have any ideas for what ifs, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.